feel like it's so weird. It feels kind of calm today, and yet it is very weird considering what has happened over the weekend and continues to happen over in the Middle East. Give us kind of top of mind for yourself right now and how you're thinking the situation. Does it go on longer term? Does it go on shorter? Like, how are you thinking about it?
Yeah. Thank you. Well, it's anything but calm in the region.
Yes.
I think we've seen a significant widening of this conflict by pretty much any metric. You all mentioned, for example, you have energy infrastructure that's now been hit in various Gulf countries. This was considered a red line, and yet the Iranians have gone forward. We see proxies engaging, Hezbollah actually engaging overnight, then prompting a fairly significant Israeli offensive that is now ongoing in Lebanon. And there's even the potential for an Israeli ground incursion into Lebanon. And you're seeing the Iranians continue to respond in various ways, including sending fighter jets to Qatar that then had to be intercepted. So, I mean, by pretty much any metric, this conflict is widening. It now is embroiling Israel plus 10 Arab countries. And you're even seeing Iranian strikes hit as far as Cyprus, where they've gone after a British military base, not once, but twice. So I think for Iran, they are pulling out all the stops. I think that they see the stakes here as existential. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to widen and exact as much cost as they can in the hopes, perhaps, that the U.S. and Israel and others will then look to potentially de-escalate. I don't think this is a days-long engagement. I think we're talking weeks, and maybe even months.
Weeks or months. You mentioned what Iran has done in response just in recent days. And I think one thing that's notable is the allies that the U.S. and Israel find more so in the Middle East than in Europe, for example. I'm curious who Iran has in its corner. Can it rely on any of its partners, China, for example, to help at all?
It's actually alone. We've not seen significant support beyond perhaps rhetorical support from Russia and China. We don't know, of course, what's happening covertly. But Iran actually has managed to alienate the Gulf, which, frankly, up until this latest conflict, the Gulf had actually been working hard to de-escalate tension and to insist that there should not be war against Iran. Now, because of Iran's reaction and the ways in which they have ensnared these various Gulf countries, you're seeing Gulf countries galvanize their support against Iran. I'm not saying we're going to see military action by the Gulf, but it's very clear that Iran is really alone. It has its proxies, but even they, again, are weakened. Let's wait and see. I think the other shoe to drop will be if the Houthis choose to engage once again. And that could actually further snarl commercial and shipping traffic in the Gulf and around the Bab el-Mandeb, another key choke point in the region.
How weakened are Iran's proxies, and how deep do they go? It does seem like a lot of leadership, official or otherwise, has been taken out, but how much do we know about that, which will speak to their ability to come back?
Well, we've seen the so-called axis of resistance that is comprised of Iran's proxies very much unraveled. Hamas, very much on the back foot. Hezbollah, yes, they mounted, frankly, a rather tepid drone and missile strike on northern Israel. No damage even from it. We haven't heard much from Iran's proxies in Iraq. They've been relatively quiet. Even the Houthis have remained on the sidelines. Now, I say that with some trepidation because I do think we could see the Houthis engage. But I think it's fair to say that Iran's proxies have really been substantially cut down to size, and they really don't pose the same threat that they had, let's say, certainly before October 7. Again, I would put one caveat, which is the Houthis, and they really could engage and snarl Red Sea shipping and go after U.S. and Israeli targets. That is something I think we could see in the coming days.